lights are glowing bright tonight. KCCO crew, it feels so right. Calgary roaring with the flames we stoke. This is the vibe, the unbreakable folk. Raise your glass, keep calm and drive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Chive, oh Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, that's our decree. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cowboy hats with a party twist. Yeehaw moves you just can't resist. From the Rockies to the big prairie skies, we soar so high, make spirits rise. Let the bass drop, hear the anthem thump. Feel the ground shake with every jump. We're a family bound by laughs and cheers. Spreading kindness, we know fears. Raise your glass, keep calm and jive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Chive, oh Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, that's our decree. Maple leaf vibes with a shot of fun. Dripping in love like syrup spun. Calgary's heart fuels the northern fire. KCCO crew will take you higher. Raise your glass, keep calm and jive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Jive, oh Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, it's our decree. Maple leaf vibes with a shot of fun. Dripping in love like syrup spun. Calgary's heart fuels the northern fire. KCCO crew will take you higher. Decree. Raise your glass, keep calm and jive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Jive, oh Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, that's our decree. Decree. Oh, oh, that's our decree.
City lights are glowing bright tonight. KCCO crew, it feels so right. Calgary roaring with the flames we stoke. This is the vibe, the unbreakable folk. Raise your glass, keep calm and jive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Jive, oh Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, that's our decree. Cowboy hats with a party twist. Yeehaw moves you just can't resist. From the Rockies to the big prairie skies, we soar so high, make spirits rise. Let the bass drop, hear the anthem thump. Feel the ground shake with every jump. We're a family bound by laughs and cheers. Spreading kindness, we've no fears. Raise your glass, keep calm and jive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Jive, oh Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, it's our decree. Maple leaf vibes with a shot of fun. Dripping in love like syrup spun. Calgary's heart fuels the northern fire. KCCO crew will take you higher. Raise your glass, keep calm and chive on. Dance to the beat till the break of dawn. Chavo, Canada, we're bold and free. Celebrating life, that's our decree. Maple leaf vibes with a shot of fun. Dripping in love like syrup spun. Calgary's heart fuels the northern fire. KCCO crew will take you higher.
Under Calgary's sun, where the Rockies rise, KCCO vibes, it's no surprise. We're living large, oh Canada, partying hard all night and day. Turn up the beat, feel that bassline drop. With Child Nation, we'll never stop. Raise your glass, let's make a toast to the West Coast, who does it most. KCCO, been so dear, hey, spirits clear. Chavo, Canada, we all unite for freedom, kindness, and endless light. Turn up the beat, feel that bassline drop. With Chive Nation, we'll never stop. Raise your glass, let's make a toast to the West Coast, who does it most. KCCO, Calgary, where we come alive. Chive on Canada, let's feel the vibe. In the heart of Alberta, where the fun don't cease. Raving through the night, finding inner peace. Under the northern lights, we lose control. Our hearts beat as one, a collective soul. KCCO, Calgary, where dreams take flight. Together we conquer the longest night. KCCO, Calgary, where we come alive. Chive on Canada, let's feel the vibe. In the heart of Alberta, where the fun don't cease. Raving through the night, finding inner peace. So let's keep dancing till the morning light. With KCCO spirit, we'll be alright. Oh Canada, and we stand so tall in this Chive Nation, we'll never fall. Under Calgary sky, where the Rockies shine, KCCO vibes we unwind. With Chavo Canada, a unity call. Dancing through the night, we give our all. Feel the beat drop, let your spirits fly. Together we rise, reaching for the sky. Raise a glass high for the Chive Nation, spreading love and joy across our great nation.
Welcome to another edition of the Weekly Dump, and happy hump day to you. And as you can see, we're starting to get into a bit of the Halloween festivities. So starting to get some decorations up and getting towards the candy season, the spooky season. So yeah, thanks for joining today. Have a bit of a setup here, so have lots of things going on right now. Have a Blue Jays and the Yankees in the division series playing right now, so I have that in the corner of my eye, watching Canada's team try to take the series and move on to the next step towards the World Series. So have that going on, and as well as a bunch of other screens just to keep on top of who is joining and chatting in. And hopefully you're gonna enjoy today's show. We have of course a Chive charity story, but then we're gonna be also having a bit of fun with some Halloween, and also it's Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, so we will be having a Thanksgiving story as well. Unfortunately, I won't be making a cocktail today because I'm still recovering from my dental surgery that I had last week, so still have some open wounds there and just sort of taking it easy on that. So yeah, definitely appreciate all you guys. And Hockey had popped in and said that he's stuck at work but still tuning in, so thanks a lot for tuning in, and appreciate you spending your busy night with me. So we're going to start off with a Chive Charity story, because that's the reason why we're all here. So let us start off with this. There we go. Chive Charities. If you go to chivecharities.org/stories, you can check out all of these stories that I'm about to read. And the first one I'm going to read, it was posted on September 26th, so a little bit behind here. So it's the cost of being a hero. #for the1. When I was a kid, I remember standing in front of the schedule taped to our fridge, my eyes tracing the rows of tiny letters as I tried to figure out when I'd get to see my dad. Oh, excuse me. The words stared back at me. A shift, B shift, C shift, over and over. I knew that A and B shift days meant I would see my dad. I would count and recount. 24 hours on, 48 hours off. Until the day finally came when I could run straight into his arms. When I was little, my dad was a hero to me. I imagined him charging into burning buildings with smoke swirling around him, carrying people to safety in his arms. I pictured him spraying a powerful fire hose, flames hissing and disappearing under the water. But as I grew up, I started to see the truth. His job was so much bigger and heavier than what I had imagined. Firefighters just don't battle flames. They respond to medical emergencies in the middle of the night, cut people out of twisted cars after crashes, and help those in the middle of a mental health crisis. They see the hardest moments of people's lives every day. There he is. For 34 years, my dad showed up to face all of it. When he first started, no one really talked about post-traumatic stress. People didn't think about the fact that firefighters, like veterans, carry the weight of the things they've seen. The National Institute of Mental Health defines PTS as a condition that can develop after experiencing or witnessing a traumatic event. Symptoms of PTS include flashbacks, avoidance of reminders, negative changes in emotions and behaviors, and hyperarousal. The International Association of Firefighters reports that as many as 1/3 of firefighters and emergency medical responders experience symptoms of post-traumatic stress. The Oregon Fire Service Health and Safety Collaboration states that firefighters are at a greater risk of post-traumatic stress because of their repeated exposure to traumatic stress or traumatic events. They often face the cumulative weight of multiple emergencies, sometimes all in a single shift, and impact can be profound. What surprised me about being part of a firefighter's family is that a job doesn't end when the shift ends. Being a firefighter isn't just a career, it's an identity. It's woven into who my dad is and has shaped the man he became. I remember one story he told me I will never forget. He was leaving a concert in downtown Portland one night when a deafening bang shook the entire sidewalk. When he turned, he saw a car wrapped around a pole. Inside was a young girl slumped over the wheel. As a firefighter, you can't turn away in those moments, so my dad ran towards the car and reached her first. He quickly saw the extent of her injuries, and in that moment, as both a firefighter and a father, he did what he hoped someone would do if it was one of his daughters. He gently cradled her head in his hands and stayed with her, watching as she took her last breath and left this world for another. It's moments like that, both on and off the job, that leave a lasting mark on our first responders. The trauma they carry just doesn't... Oh, excuse me. The trauma they carry doesn't just live within their A, B, or C shifts. They don't stop being a firefighter when they hang up their gear. They chose this work because they want to help people. and that instinct never shuts off. In the article, Understanding Firefighter PTSD and How Departments Can Support Their Crews, Matt Rowley, Columbia Southern University, explains one of the best ways to prevent PTS in firefighters is to get rid of the stigma around having emotional reaction to tough calls. The National Fallen Firefighters Foundation has even made behavioral health one of its 16 firefighter life safety initiatives, encouraging departments to offer counseling and mental health support for firefighters and their families since everyone handles trauma differently. Raleigh also points that the programs like the NFF's ACT program, Ask, Take Care, can make a big difference by teaching firefighters to check in on each other and recognize when somebody might be struggling. Firefighters, like my dad, pour their hearts and souls into the job. Whether it's on the A, B, or C shift, they are always ready to put their lives on the line to save someone else's. That kind of commitment comes with real sacrifices, and that's why Chive Charities feel so strongly about supporting firefighters both on and off the job. It's more than just appreciation. It's a way to honor their courage and show them how much their service truly means. So this October 10th, Team 10% Day, we rally together for heroes like my dad. Every dollar raised supports first responders, veterans, and families facing their toughest battles. Because when we show up for the one, we change everything. Stand with us for the one, fundraise, and share and join Team 10% Day. That is awesome to hear how it affects the entire family and not just one person after the shift ends and the gear is hung up. So all right, so starting off with that, and now we are going to have a bit of fun with some, where are we here? Because this weekend in Canada, it is Turkey Day. It is Thanksgiving up in Canada, so we are going to read some spooky Thanksgiving stories. So these are sort of some tongue-in-cheek and some fun type of stories as well. So let me just get down to it here. So this is going to be the Thanksgiving horror stories. So the gobbler that wouldn't die. It started at 6 a.m. The turkey was thawed, stuffed, and proudly placed in the oven. 3 hours later, it was still raw. Another hour, still raw. By dinner, it looked perfectly golden on the outside, and pinker than bubblegum on the inside. Uncle Dave tried to carve it anyway. The knife hit the bone, the turkey twitched, and someone swore they heard a gobble. Nobody ate turkey that year, but somehow every time someone opened the fridge, they heard it again. Gobble, gobble. So, like I said, something fun and enjoyable. I have a few more I'm going to go through here. And yeah, as I'm taking a peek in between these stories, just taking a look, and the Toronto Blue Jays are up 4-1 against New York Yankees at the top of the 7th. So go Blue Jays, go. Okay, second story that I have, the cranberry catastrophe. Aunt Linda swore she'd make her famous cranberry sauce from scratch this year. The problem? She didn't have cranberries. She used frozen cherries instead. It looked the same until someone took a bite and their lips turned black. Can you imagine what it is? It's festive, she said. It's gothic, someone replied. Turns out she'd accidentally used pickled beets. The smell still haunts the house every Thanksgiving. That is hilarious. All right, next one. Okay, next one. Dinner at the cabin. I got a whole list of stories here, so just trying to pick out the fun ones here. It was supposed to be the perfect Thanksgiving escape. No phones, no drama, no distractions. But halfway through roasting the turkey, the power went out. Oh, excuse me. Then came scratching at the window. Then the whisper, "You forgot the gravy." They laughed until they found gravy handprints on the door. And they hadn't made any yet. So a bit of a spooky get your mind going here. There. All right. Last story here. The Great Pie Disaster. Except 3 pies, 1 oven. Easy, right? Except someone set the oven to broil instead of bake. 10 minutes later, smoke filled the kitchen. The pies were charcoal. The smoke alarm started screaming. The dog started barking. And Grandpa started yelling, "Save the whiskey!" Nobody remembers what they ate that year, but everyone remembers the fire department showing up and getting a plate. All right, one last one. Have to do the gravy incident here. Just love the name of that title. So, Mom always made the gravy from scratch. Flour, butter, drippings, simple. This year she tried something new, an internet recipe. Nobody realized until it was too late that she has misread the ingredients list. 1 cup of vinegar instead of 1 tablespoon. Everyone's eyes watered. Everyone coughed, and the dog refused to come into the kitchen. To this day, the phrase "gravy bomb" makes her twitch. That's hilarious. So yeah, let me know if you've ever had scary Thanksgiving mishap, whether it be a gravy incident or you've replaced cherries with pickled beets. That is really, really good. All right. So from there, we're going to hop into some haunted history. Just going to get this all set up here so that I can share this with you. So got that. And these are some Canadian haunting haunted history from all around Canada. So I've gone through some of them and made a bit of a presentation here and also I need you to guess which one that they are. So, and we need to move over to this, then that. There we go. So this is Canada's haunted history. So it's a bit of a guessing game for you as well. So we'll start off with, where is Canada's most haunted hotel located? Is it in Toronto, Ontario, Banff, Alberta, Quebec City in Quebec, or D, Halifax, Nova Scotia? And let me know what you think the answer is. The answer is B, Banff. Banff, Alberta. That hotel, the Fairmont Banff Springs is said to be haunted by the ghost bride, a woman who fell down the staircase on her wedding day. Guests still claim to see her dancing alone in the ballroom. And when I was pulling up this story, I saw so many other stories that basically it's all the same ghost bride, but with different stories about standing in the buffet lines, about wandering down the halls of the hotel. But nonetheless, Banff, Alberta has a ghost. And fun fact, I actually was at the Banff Springs Hotel. When was it? Was it in... I think it was in July, I think. But yeah, it was there earlier this year. All right, next question. What eerie event still haunts Halifax Harbor? Was it the Titanic disaster? The Halifax explosion of 1917? The burning of a pirate ship? Or a ghostly lighthouse keeper's revenge? So which is the haunted fact? Titanic disaster? The Halifax explosion? The burning of a pirate ship? A ghostly lighthouse keeper's revenge? And the answer is the Halifax explosion. And locals report seeing glowing figures near the water on foggy nights, believed to be the souls of those lost in the blast. And yeah, it was a ship of explosives that was in the harbor, and it ignited and blew up the harbor, killing multiple, I believe, thousands of people. Next one. Oh, this is an interesting one too. Which town is said to be home to the phantom hitchhiker of Highway 2? Is it Truro, Nova Scotia, Sudbury, Ontario, Fort Macleod, Alberta, or St. John, New Brunswick? Once again, which small town is said to be home to the phantom hitchhiker of Highway 2? Truro, Sudbury, Fort Macleod, or St. John? And the answer is St. John. Drivers report picking up a man who vanishes from the backseat before reaching the next town. So that's kind of creepy that you just being kind to help a hitchhiker along, get into your vehicle, and disappears before even hitting the next town. That is creepy. Next one. In what city can you tour a haunted jail that's now a hostel? When I was actually over in Europe, there were a lot of jail cells that were converted into hostels. So not necessarily a new concept, but it's haunted, which is very interesting. So which city is it? Is it Ottawa, Ontario, Edmonton, Alberta, Winnipeg, Manitoba, or Montreal, Quebec? So, once again, which city can you tour a haunted jail that's now a hostel? The answer is Ottawa. The High Ottawa Jail Hostel lets you sleep in old cells, and yes, some guests swear they've seen former prisoners still wandering the halls. So, cool to be able to see that, but also scary at the same time. And shout out to Ashley. Thanks for joining, Ashley. Hopefully you're having a wonderful hump day and your day is going well. And this is way out there. So, yeah, what is the name of the eerie light that appears in Saskatchewan's northern skies, often mistaken for UFOs? This is a Waskasiu Wraith, the St. Louis Ghost Train, the Moose Jaw Mystery Light, or the Saskatoon Spectre? Once again, what's the name of the eerie light that appears in Saskatchewan's northern skies, often mistaken for UFOs? The Waskasiu Wraith, the St. Louis Ghost Train, the Moose Jaw Mystery Light, or the Saskatoon Spectre? And the answer is the St. Louis Ghost Train. Yeah, a glowing orb appears on the old railway track near Prince Albert, believed to be a lantern from a headless brakeman searching for his head. So, if that's not a Halloween story, I don't know what is. That's spooky. All right. And I think I just caught an update here. The Blue Jays are now up 4-1. So hopefully they can pull it off tonight. All right. So yeah, make sure you go, and if you are in some of these areas, go explore those hauntings and those haunted tours. So, because there are some very fun, exciting, ghostly stories out there that you can take part in. So, thanks for taking the time to have some fun with that. All right, and with that, I'm going to wrap things up a little early because I have a Blue Jays baseball game. They're up 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th. And after that, my Edmonton Oilers are playing their first game of the NHL season, so have to go get ready for that as well. So, but just as a reminder, this upcoming Friday is, boom, it's Team 10% Day. So make the world 10% better. Go out and put a smile on somebody's face by opening a door for them, for even just like buying a coffee for somebody, but making it your world 10% better. If you're able to donate to some charities, that would be awesome, as they definitely will appreciate that donation. All right, and the other thing coming up is Star of a Vampire Blood Drive, the last week of October, which is, what is it? It is October 26th to the 31st. So go and make an appointment to donate blood if you are able and would like to make a difference in somebody else's life. So with that, ooh, that was kind of freaky. Or if I can position my head for that transition. Let's try that again. Just right in the red eyes of the vampire. Ooh. So, with that, I'm going to wrap things up. Have some sports to go and watch. So, have yourself a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you here next week on, what is today is the 8th, so on the 15th. So we will see you in 7 days. So have yourself a great weekend and have fun. And to all my Canadians, happy early Thanksgiving, and we will chat with you next week. So cheers, chive on. Cheers.
In a world so full of noise and clatter, we dream of making things just a bit better. Small changes adding up to a greater whole. Let's ignite the a spark, let's reach our goal. We'll make the world 10% brighter. With love and kindness, we'll be fighters. Every action counts, every little letter. Together we'll make the world 10% better. From the streets where hope seems to fade to the hearts where love needs to be remade. Let's lend a hand and spread some cheer in the darkest of nights. Let's bring the clear. We'll make the world 10% brighter. With love and kindness, we'll be fighters. Every action counts, every little letter. Together we'll make the world 10% better. So let's join hands, let's start today in making the world a brighter place to stay.